So today I keep working on the most important part of SpaceWise, which is the learning system. And I'm specifying in excruciating detail exactly what the students are going to do to master a topic. How are they going to process the information? How are they going to find gaps in their knowledge? Specifically for learning math, physics, space science, and rocket science. So today is day 82 of documenting my journey for creating this space learning platform, and I'm gonna be explaining a lot how I'm doing this, how I'm creating this, what's the process behind it, what's the the, the science, the learning science, because I'm not guessing this, obviously. I'm actually studying the learning science, and I'm doing mind maps, I'm processing the information. Like, there's many things I'm doing here that are helping me to create this system. And yeah, I'm gonna explain all of that right now. Let's go. Okay, so why is all of this important? Well, SpaceWise has the goal to be a learning platform that's actually effective for learning. It's not only effective for testing your knowledge, it's also effective for processing, for actually getting a robust understanding of topics. And I'm basically trying to do that by studying all of the learning platforms that already exist, like Brilliant, Duolingo, Khan Academy. I'm trying to understand what they do right and what they do wrong, or not wrong, but what they can improve on, or what makes them like unique, and what can I do to make my app unique and make my app more the most effective thing possible. Because it's hard, it's hard to create a platform that actually is good for learning. And here, for example, like, I have to take into account many things. This is just like not much, but it's really important. And let's get started basically. So first of all, I'm gonna set the expectations and the mindsets on the app somehow. I haven't defined yet exactly, but I have here the intention, and I'm gonna keep building upon this and adding more detail. So, like, learning is hard. It just is. Like, it takes effort, it takes pain, and I also want to set the expectation that this is not a game. This is a learning platform which provides results. It's not just like, if someone enters this app, it's not with the intention of chilling, I'm just gonna chill and play a little bit of SpaceWise, just see what the rockets have. No. If someone plays, or not plays, but if someone opens this app, it's because they have the intention to learn and to work and to feel a bit of pain even, because learning is painful. Sometimes it can be really fun if you learn how to make it fun, even though it takes a lot of effort. So yeah, I'm gonna set the expectation that this is not going to be a fun and chill gaming session. It's gonna be a deep work session. And fun is fun is learning. Fun is not playing. I'm gonna try to set those expectations and mindsets there, and that means that probably I'm not gonna appeal to that much of a big audience. I'm not gonna appeal to such a large audience, but I mean, why would I want to appeal to everyone? It doesn't make much sense. I want to help the people that want to learn, and I think I can make this app do that and be really effective. And I also want to make it so that people that are not very inside this space of math, physics, like, they are getting into it, and rocket science and space science, people that are getting into it, like, I wanted to make it easier for them to get into it and learn, and have a roadmap that allows them to go step by step, and get more deep into these topics. So, okay, the student wants to learn. The student has the intention to learn. So they will enter the roadmap. Now, this, I want to make it really easy, like one click, anywhere on the app, you go to the roadmap. You can go from anywhere. So the resistance is low, Then the roadmap scope is the current active lesson scope. This is basically like the roadmap is gonna have a lot of lessons, like maybe like hundreds, maybe even thousands, I don't know, in the future. So it's gonna have many lessons, and the problem is that I'm gonna have to group them. Like this is gonna be, wait, let me just draw if I can, please. This is gonna be a very big topic, let's say, we could say a topic, yeah, and it's gonna be subdivided into more things. And if you zoom in into a topic, there's gonna be like more of these, you know. And if you zoom in even more, which I can't do right now, there's gonna be more. So what I mean by scope is how zoomed in you are, and I just want to make it so that there's no resistance, and the scope is basically where the student left off. Then after the student is like enters the roadmap, he will select the lesson. The lesson here. First, they will choose the topic. And what is this? What is this motivation chunk? They will choose this topic based on the motivation, on the keywords, on the things that are related to motivation. As you see over here, they will choose based on the desires, you know, like they will choose based on what's more motivating, what they want to do more, probably. Then they will choose the lesson, and this is basically based on interests. Like the interests are going to be very big here when the student chooses the lesson, because there are going to be many different paths that the student can take. And I mean, if the student is more interested in one thing over another, if he's more interested in math over physics, then they can just, you know, choose the math first, and then click on the lesson. This is a very important one. Then when the student learns, this is the most important part of SpaceWise. So here we have a focus environment. This is basically just a productivity checklist to cue the student into a work state, you know, into flow. And we're going to define work and rest timers. We're going to remove distractions, water bottles, and yeah, customizable. Then when the student gets exposed to the information, now I'm still thinking about how much information am I going to put. Very small and digestible amount, or lots of information in a row, and then I just ask the student to summarize or something like that. I don't know yet. Probably I'll go with this one. Probably I'll try with this one first, but we'll see. Then yeah, this could be from many different sources: text, animation, video, and this is probably important because if these are joined together, then they can create a better understanding. For example, now we have here two very important images, and this is related to how the student processes the piece of information and encodes. The processing is basically the most important part of one of the most important parts here, because it's what makes the information stick in the brain, like makes the student understand the information and all of that. So as you see over here, this is like a very simple question. Tell me about one of the seasons we experienced during the year. This is obviously not going to create much learning, and this is very isolated, this is very easy. This one, describe the different seasons and the weather we have during the year. I mean, this is a bit more advanced, but still easy. Then what causes some of the different weather we experience during the year? Choose a season you prefer and explain why. This requires much more thinking now. And you see we have some different concepts over here. And then we have the extended abstract. This is a very like much more difficult question than the first ones, and this represents how a question like this, where the person needs to reflect about how different concepts relate to each other, how, like, why is something important, how does this affect this, like reflect on how the seasons and the weather we experience has been changing. How does human behavior change according to the different seasons? Explore how different countries and cultures respond to the changing seasons. So, as you see over here, there's many concepts, and I want to apply this into the the application. I want to apply this kind of question. Now, the thing is, this takes a lot of effort, and I need to balance the expectations, I think, with the effort. I mean, I don't know yet how we'll do that, but I know that this causes higher order thinking. This is important for evaluating and analyzing, and doing this type of thinking is very important, and it's called high order thinking. Why is it important? Because it allows me to understand how many concepts relate to each other, and it allows me to get this stick into my memory, to process it, to have a very deep understanding of the concepts. And that's what I want to create, that's what I want to add into the platform. Now, this is not defined yet. I have not finished any of this yet because I still don't know much about learning science, and I need to learn a little bit. I'm gonna try to make some experiments and ask some questions on Google, on AI, try to get a better understanding of this, and try to create the system. Then test the piece of information, test the student. This is important to find the gaps in the knowledge of the student after the first learning, the main learning event, the first learning event of a topic, of piece of information, and test in multiple angles to find gaps and then to fill those gaps. So we have kind of like some options here. I'm gonna note some gaps and save them for later use when I'm testing the student, when the student is trying to answer a question. What are his gaps? Well, maybe I can put input text here and prompt the student to insert the gaps and write about the gaps, and then save them for later use, which means that the student will fill those gaps later. Or do I just instantly fill the gaps? Because I think this makes a difference on how well the learning is, how effective it is. Instantly filling the gaps, I believe, with my current knowledge, which is limited, I don't think it's that effective and efficient for learning. And well, here we have a technique that I could do, but this is not higher order thinking. This is not that much higher order thinking. This is more of understand, just summarize. So I don't know. I still need to think about this, and I'm gonna learn learning science tomorrow. How am I gonna learn that? Well, I'm gonna put a list of keywords and I'm gonna do a mind map, a pre-studied mind map. It's basically what I've done over here, as you see, and I didn't have these keywords grouped. They were like this. And the act of grouping these keywords, of thinking, how are these keywords related? How are these important? How are they similar? And grouping by how they related. For example, we have the mission-based challenges, mission-motivated lessons, the quests, the mission-based learning paths. Mission-based means that it's based on a problem of the storyline that the student needs to solve. Storyline, narrative during quest. So I put the label story-based lessons, and this represents the logic, the main idea of these keywords. And this is really important because, for example, if I have this, and for example, this goes like this, and both of these chunks, these are groups, lead to this. If I have this very simplified but intuitive logic about the whole topic, then I'm going to be able to remember it like really well. I'm going to be able to scope it, and that helps a lot with learning and with adding details later, with learning details later. So first here, I don't want to be very deep and detailed when I think about these concepts. I want to be more shallow, more broad. Now this means that I will probably get it wrong because I don't know the exact details. But the process of iterating and creating better groups and optimizing the logic also helps a lot with learning and with creating better subgroups later. You know, subgroups that relate to each other and that stuff. And there's also a benefit where if I can remember this logic easily, I'm also going to remember these chunks. And if these chunks are also like logical, I can remember this and this and this and this. And then I can remember the details, you know? Now, what is this exactly? Like, what are these keywords exactly about? So I asked AI about what is Duolingo and Brilliant and all of these apps. How are they good? Like, what do they do really well? And what do can they improve? And then after like picking up the most important parts and putting them into keywords, I did this. I grouped them together. I tried to create this little mind map. It's not finished, but it's giving me a better understanding of the topic, of the whole thing, of the features that I need to add, that I want to add to SpaceWise. So now I'm going to show you a thing that I'm experimenting with for time management. And it's helping me, I think, quite a lot to be more productive and to know what is the most important thing that I can do, to understand better what is the best task, what is the smallest task that I can do next to make the most progress towards my goal, in this case of creating this learning system. Okay, so here it is. I'm basically planning my work block. And I mean, don't care about this. The most important part is these things, So here, in this in this work session, I'm going to ask myself, what would a marginal gain look like? What would progress look like right now? What is the most important thing that I can do? And here I said, map out the most basic flow and the basic interactions of the student and the system that you know for sure the student will have to make. That's important because after that I'm going to be able to add the features that will add. Okay, this doesn't make sense to me right now, but the features that will add like motivation and will add other aspects, like the ones that I'm not really sure about yet, how to implement. And then I'm going to set an overview. I'm going to kind of plan and break down the task, you know? So I had this, like 30 minutes and 45 minutes, and then 15 minutes only. I only had this when I planned. And then, of course, I put the task in front of it. So in this case, as you see, marginal gain. And then I had here another task and another task, another, I could say, yeah, milestone maybe, mini milestone. And then after each 15 minutes, I would kind of reflect a little bit on how everything is going. So how I achieved my marginal gain, my task, how I achieved this task. No, yes, why not? Why? I mean, how can I? What went well, and how can I apply that on my next experiment? And after each little reflection, I'm gonna ask myself, what is the marginal gain now? What is the 1% task? What is the smallest task that I can do right now that will make the most progress towards my current objective? My current objective is to finish this and to also learn about learning science. But mostly it's just to finish this and have a very detailed and comprehensive as well system that I can implement in the code of SpaceWise. I want to have it really clear what I want to do. I mean, that might not be completely possible, but to have it like completely clear and all that, there's always going to be uncertainty, I believe. But to have a really good idea of what I want to do and then implement it into the code. Because I have, how much time do I have? It's like a month and a half, 6 weeks and a half maybe. Yeah, 6 weeks and a half to create this MVP, to create the project, because this is also a school project and I'm trying to turn that in 6 weeks and a half. And yeah, if you see this, it's basically because my hands are incredibly dry. I don't know why. I mean, I have some hypotheses. I wash my hands a lot, and also the dry weather is not helping. But it is what it is. I just put some cream, and it helps a little bit. Now, that's basically it. Now I'm going to show you how I've been working, what I've been eating, like some random things about the day that make it unique, and things that I'm documenting every single day, some thoughts, and the videos that I've recorded along the day. So let's get started. I think it's with the time lapse of me working in the morning at 5. So yeah, let's go. See you now. Okay, so as you see, it's 7:41 a.m. It's done. Yeah. So I mean, good progress today. Good progress. I did some good things over here. I got some good insights. I developed much more this system, and yeah, I guess I have explained that already and the insights that I've gotten. But yeah, I mean, I don't know how I feel energetic. I literally slept 3 hours and 30 minutes. Oh my god. Because I was finishing a school project, a school coding project. It's basically an app of a contacts list, literally. And yeah, finished at 2 a.m. Went to sleep, woke up at 5:30 instantly. Boom. Woke up, went out of bed because I have work to do, and I got the work done over here. The next thing that I'm gonna do is go to school, and at school I'll try to map out what I'm doing on a piece of paper, and try to map out this, like the things that I'm working on right now, which is the learning science. Like, I think my current constraint is that I'm not very knowledgeable in that, and to be able to create better functionalities, to create a better flow, a better system, I need to get the core principles right. I need to know how they're important. I need to know how they relate to other concepts, and then I need to learn more about the nuances of learning science so that I can create more nuanced features, more detailed features that will allow me to optimize this app for like learning. And here I said an important thing, like learning, like, so I'm gonna set expectations and mindsets here. I don't want people to come here to this app and expect that this is going to be a good fun gaming session, chill. If the person goes into this app, this person wants to learn, and learning is hard, takes effort and pain, and yeah, I here need to show proof of that, proof of results. SpaceWise is not a game, it's a learning platform that provides results. And don't expect, this is like don't expect fun and chill gaming sessions, expect a deep work session and learning. So fun is not equal to learning. Fun is like equal to learning. Fun is not equal to play. That's an important thing that I need to do. And here we have some tables that are really, like, if I study these tables, I think these are the core things that I need to be able to understand well to create better functionalities and optimize my app for learning science. Like, this is actually so insightful. You see the unistructural, this is the solo taxonomy, I believe, and this is the Bloom's revised taxonomy. And these are like models that explain how learning works, I guess. I don't know yeah, I guess that's it. As you see here, we have tell me one of the seasons we experienced this year. Just one single concept, very isolated, very easy. Then we have described the different seasons, and the weather we have during the year. Well, this is more a bit more advanced. Then we have relational. This is where we think about relationships, and here we have the extended abstract, where we make a judgment on what is more important, and here we have many different concepts. I can apply this and create these types of questions for my app, because this is the actual thing. This is the actual thing that makes learning. That, yeah, I guess. I mean, don't listen to me. I don't know what I'm speaking about, but that's my hypothesis, I guess. So yeah, right now I need to really get going because I need to get to school. So I'm gonna take a cold shower. I'm gonna cook my chicken, and then I'm going to go to school, and then I will come back and go to the gym. Even though it's not, oh yeah, it is here. I'm gonna go to the gym. Then I'll probably go to sleep really early, like to wake up tomorrow more refreshed. Because if I start working here after the gym with 3 hours of sleep, nah, you're joking. There's no way. I know that from experience. I've tried many times, but when I come here and when I meditate, I just not even when I meditate, like when I come from the gym here and I don't sleep, I haven't slept that day. I don't feel I don't feel like I can focus because my eyes just shut down. But I mean, I don't know. If I feel like I have energy somehow, then I will do some work here. But probably not. Probably I'll just go to sleep really early to recover a little bit. So yeah, that's basically it. Let's get it going. Let's see you. I'll see you in a second when I show you my meal after I come from school. Yeah, let's go. All right, so I just came back from the school and I'm gonna finish cooking because I literally burned my chicken in the morning. I didn't remember that I was cooking and I just left it and it all burnt down like crazy. But I managed to um, solve salvage. I don't know. I managed to save it. As you see over here, managed to save it. I'm gonna cook it a little bit with tomatoes, butter, onions, and let's try not burning this. While I'm gonna cook, I'm also going to listen to a podcast and just think. And if I find that there's an insight that I want to share, then I will just speak. If not, then it will be just a time lapse. So yeah, let's go. Let's see if I can put the camera over here so you can actually see what I'm doing, what I'm cooking, and let's go. Let's see. All right, so here is what I'm eating: chicken breast with tomatoes, avocado, onions, and peanuts. Amazing meal. I love it. I couldn't record the the time lapse because I'm still figuring out how to listen to a podcast and at the same time put this thing recording. But in the meantime, I'm just going to just show what I'm gonna eat. That's basically it. So yeah, I'm gonna go to the gym now in a couple of minutes. I mean, after eating, and yeah, let's go. See you in a second. Okay, so I just came back from the gym, bro, and today I had 19 strain, and I slept 3 hours, which is crazy. I'm gonna put a screenshot over here. Strain is basically how much stress I put into my body. And I mean, today I played volley, I played football, I went to the gym, and I played volley and football at school on PE, physical education. Yeah, I think that's how you say it in English. And then I went to the gym. So it's like, it was a big load today. And somehow I don't feel tired, but I'm gonna go to sleep early anyways to recover and to be able to focus better tomorrow morning. And yeah, right now I'm going to meditate for 20 minutes and then gratitude journal. Let me just show you the calendar. And I'm gonna record the introduction of this video and the explanation of everything that I did today. Then I'm gonna have dinner, I'm gonna edit, and I'm gonna go to sleep. Let me update this. If you see this white thing, it's because it's like hydration, hydrating cream. I think, yeah. and my hands have been so dry for the past months, and they are not getting any better. And even though I literally put all of this stuff, it gets better for a little bit, but then it just goes back to being super dry. And I don't know what is this, bro. Maybe it's a lack of vitamins or so, but I don't think so because it's only on my hands. It's only here. It's never on my. It's not on any other part of my body. And I think it's because I wash my hands too much. But I mean, I guess I don't know what can I do about that. We'll see. Okay, let me just update this. So I'm going to meditate now. Oh yeah. Then record, then dinner, and then edit. Dinner will take me longer, probably like an. I have to cook the eggs still. Hmm. Hmm. The other day took me like an hour and 45. Maybe if I push it a little bit, takes me an hour and 15. So I guess I would go to sleep at 8:30. And this would mean 7 hours and 30 minutes, which is much better than I usually do. And I'm happy with that. Now the planning will only be 30 minutes, I believe, not much, not more. And here I'm gonna get done many things, or that's what I plan to do. So yeah, let's meditate, let's go. So I just recorded the introduction and the the explanation of everything, bro. I don't know, man. I feel like I don't know how to explain anything. I feel a bit negative right now because in real life I'm trying to explain things to other people and sometimes I just can't, you know? It's so strange. I just can't find the words to explain what I want to explain, you know? And sometimes I mean, now that I think about it, I'm too negative right now because today I tried to explain my thoughts and it went really well. And I helped my friend with his project. And I explained it in a very good way, in a very simple way, in a way that he could understand. I mean, that's a W, bro. That's a W. But usually, most of the time, I can't explain things. And when I'm recording here, I'm trying to explain, but what's missing here? What's missing here, bro? What's missing is that I have a feeling that when I explain things, like no one understands anything. Like I have that feeling by default. And maybe I need to think about explaining this to a 5-year-old. But then I get a bit like frustrated because I can't do that. I mean, I try, I try hard, but I can't find the words for some reason. Maybe it's because my vocabulary is not there, but it's not that because even in Spanish, which is my mother language, it feels hard to explain some things to my mother sometimes. So it's basically a mindset that I have. I don't know what it is. Let me just drink a bit of water because my throat is getting so dry and itchy. But well, anyways, that's the thing I need to work on. Now I'm also gonna speak about what happened today, more specifically, just to give more texture to the videos, you know? Just to not make it the same routine every single day. If I want to look back to these videos and see that some cool stuff happened, you know? I don't want to look back to these videos and just watch every single one and be the same. At least I have this section where I can speak about what happened today, what was unique about today. And I guess that's nice for documenting my journey. So let me just see the calendar. Let me just show it to you as well. If we go over here, calendar, yeah. Okay, so I woke up. Oh yeah, 3 hours of sleep. That was interesting, but for some reason I don't feel as tired as I should be feeling right now. Maybe that's because I had a really good night's sleep the the day before, like 7 hours or so, and nice. I mean, that was nice. Then I I edited. I went to sleep, woke up instantly, just poof, heard the alarm, and went out of bed instantly. That's a thing that many people struggle with, and I mean I used to struggle with it a lot, the getting out of bed. Now I just do it instantly, just boom, wake up, leave the bed completely. Like in 3 seconds, I'm out of it, and I think that's because I have a goal and I have a lot of urgency to make progress on that goal, and I have work to do. So I've created that habit, which is really good. Then what I'm planning here, I worked on the system, which I've explained already, and I showered, I cooked, and I prepared for school. Now, just some detail, some weird detail. Like I needed to find a T-shirt from my school's, like yeah, here it is, my school's um, vocational course. Like it was just a T-shirt, a specific T-shirt that I needed to find to give to my teacher. And bro, I stayed there for like looking and looking, and then I had to go back here. I have to iron it because it was too like you know it was too hmm. You see, that's what I mean, bro. I can't find the words sometimes, the words, and I can't speak clearly sometimes. Like I really need to focus when I speak. I guess that's a good thing, and I can speak a bit faster, but the problem is that I speak, but the words don't come into my head. I don't know. That's just something I need to work on. But yeah, then I found the T-shirt. I ironed it and I put it on my backpack. The iron the ironing was useless because then it got really scrappy again. Not scrappy, but you know what I mean. And then I went to school. And before that, I couldn't find my phone, so I arrived late, unfortunately. But it is what it is. Uh, Today I also fixed a problem that I had with uh, doing the inscriptions or yeah, doing the inscriptions in the national exams for like my A levels because I don't have a Portuguese identity identity card I think yeah. Basically I don't have Portuguese documents, and it you need Portuguese documents to do the exams, or at least ask for a replacement, like a code. Now I had problems with that code, but it has been um, fixed, and now I can just do the exams, no problem, I believe. Then I went to school. I did kind of like an exam in the English class. Then I helped my friend in the morning with his project, and I explained things clearly, and I'm really happy about that because I put my thoughts into words uh, much better. Like I was thinking actually about how do I say this in the best way. I was kind of coaching him. So maybe the thing that I need to apply right now is to actually think first of how do I want to speak this? Like how do I want to explain this before I actually speak? Maybe that's a thing that I need to apply and get myself into the perspective of if someone like what I need to explain, I need to explain it to someone that doesn't know almost anything. So I need to be really careful with my words. And the language that I use. Maybe I need to find some analogies, to make it understandable. So yeah, I guess that's probably going to help a lot. Then I had physical education, PE. We played volleyball, we played basket, and not the basket, we played football. And today I was performing well. I don't know. I was just locked in 80% of the time. I was making good passes. I was making good, like, I don't know how you say it, but I was just playing well. And then in football, I also played well. I scored 2 goals, and I was just comfortable and free, I wasn't controlled by my mind. I wasn't afraid of making mistakes. And that was basically what made me play so much better. Then I went to the gym. I have a problem with my back. So that's why it took too long, because I came into the gym, I warmed up a little bit, then I did some stretches for my back. I put some foam, like foam rolling foam, and I tried to make my back less stiff and less blocked, because I feel a lot of tension. I feel it's blocked down there, my lower back. So yeah, I did this in the beginning, in the middle, and in the end. And then I also socialized. I just spoke with my mates, which was really just a good touch, a good touch. And it makes the gym session much more fun as well. Now I want to talk about what happened here, because I could have been more social. I could have had more courage. I could have approached people, but I didn't, man. I just felt like I was close, like it doesn't matter, like I can just do it. I have learned about social skills and communication, and I have many things that I can ask now. Like I have some questions that I can ask. I have some intentions. For example, I can ask deep questions. I can try to look for understanding, which is explaining what the other person is saying in my own words, to show that I'm actually listening. And then ask, did I get that right? And that helps to connect with the other person better. When I ask a question, I can ask a deeper question so that the person tells me about themselves. And that will just lead to so many more things. And that is so interesting, because I get to know the other person. So things like this, like they're so clear in my mind, and I can apply them. And I noticed that before when I can approach someone and just talk to him or her, I first visualize how it will go. I visualize, what can I ask. Now the visualization goes amazing. Like I instantly know what to ask. I have good questions, but I needed the push, and that push didn't come. I don't know why, but I don't know. I could have just went there and approached so many people, made so many connections. I feel like I'm missing out on so much if I just don't have the courage to speak to more people and to make mistakes and to, I don't know. It just doesn't matter, bro. If something doesn't go perfectly, it's stupid. I don't know why I didn't do it, man. So stupid. But it is what it is. I don't know. I saw a guy that felt like he was really confident, and you could see it by the way he moved. I wanted to approach that guy, bro, because he also looked like masculine. He looked like he was he had stuff going in his life, So I wanted to approach him, talk to him, just present myself, and have a conversation about like how long has he been working out for, what was his motivation to start working out, and then I could ask more deeper questions about his life and just get to know this person, maybe they have a business, maybe they have some similar goals. I could have made such a good connection with this person and with other people. There was like an English guy in Portugal, which is not very usual in my gym, and I could have asked him, because I know English. I could have asked him, "Oh, you speak English? Like, what are you doing here? Like, is it for work? Is it for vacation? Like, how are you here? And then this person might tell me something, and I don't know. I could ask, what do you do? If they say for work, and then they say something to me, and I can just ask a deeper question, like, oh, did you really like, have you always liked this thing that you're doing, or like, did you like it when since you were little? I can ask questions like this, and then he answers, and I can create another connection. I can get to know more people. Like, that's just incredible. But I'm I was stopped by this little resistance that I had. I don't know why I didn't do it, man. It is where it is. I have to do it next time. I have to just speak to more people, bro. I can't do this, man. It pains me a little bit. If I just had a little bit more courage, or if I just push myself a little bit more, if I went with the intention of speaking to more people and getting uncomfortable, getting out of my comfort zone, being more courageous, if I could do that, that would be just amazing. Would have been amazing. Because I had many opportunities this day to just speak to people and make connections and be social. And I would love that. I would love to meet more people and get to know them. So, I mean, that's basically my thoughts about today. I've been speaking about how long? 15 minutes. I mean, I guess this is going to be a very long video, but I actually don't care. I know that no one is going to watch all of this, but it's just to document my journey, to document my life, maybe to inspire someone in the future that sees this, to start their own thing. And yeah, okay, so I'm going to do this and this and this. Now I'm gonna cook dinner. I'm gonna clean up that burned chicken, that burned pan that I that I have there, because yeah, I also burnt my chicken. Unfortunately, there's like tomatoes and onions, they're completely burned down with butter, burnt. Oh, my okay, my phone just died. Okay, I guess this is the sign to just charge the phone first of all, and then to go cook. So yeah, I'll see you in a second with the meal. Here we've got the meal. So we got some salad, a lot of salad, some peanuts, creatine. This is like 14 or more eggs. Yeah, like 14 eggs with sardines. This is very good for the protein, the fats, and the omega-3s. This is mostly for the flavor, and well, this is for the fat as well, for the calories. So let's get this done. And it's basically, that's it for today. See you tomorrow. See you in the next video. Bye bye.